We're live! Or, wait, I'm live! I'm live! Hello, friends! Welcome to a new episode of Forbidden. And if things feel a little different already, you are on the right track. Tonight, I have something super special in store for you, my friends, as we fall once again into the world of Forbidden. But this time, I have no one to hold hands with, besides yours, of course, you beautiful people in chat. Because tonight, for the first time, we are going to be telling a Call of Cthulhu solo adventure. Chaosium started making these a few years ago, and I've been dying to try one with you all. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure Call of Cthulhu style. Now, tonight's adventure is titled Alone Against the Static. Written by B.W. Holland. It was published by Chaosium a little over a year ago, and in that time, it's won multiple awards for its writing. Now, I want to... Before we get into business and everything like that, I want to mention some things up top. As I will be discovering the dark and mysterious details of this story at the same time as all of you, some warnings. I don't think we can guarantee this will be a family-friendly show tonight, and I don't know how long this is going to take. Here's hoping our investigator doesn't bite the dust too quickly, though. I will be getting more into more details of the story momentarily, but first, I've been already saying hi to folks in chat. Angel, so good to see you. Sean Patrick. Guy Vox, always good to see your name. You're old school, and I love you for it. Jersey Boy in Georgia says, look, it's the poet. Yes, it is I, Paul Morton, a.k.a. the contract killer known as the poet. If you're watching this years later, I did an episode of NCIS that aired 2 days ago. It was very cool. It was fun. I got to play a contract killer. Not my usual casting. Anyway, Idaho, Judd, a dungeon speedrun. So many of our friends are in chat. I'm so excited to have you all for something. This is kind of an experiment that we're doing this, but I'm really looking forward to trying this out with all of you. I've dipped my toe into it a little bit, and I'm basically going to be playing keeper and player at the same time. And so I think I'm going to need a little bit of your help. But we'll get to that in a second. First of all, we are sponsored by Die Hard Dice. It is a really important time to support our small creative businesses out there, friends. If you don't know what's going on in the world, I'll just say that. The place to go for gorgeous dice and accessories. They have also prided themselves on amazing customer service. Any dice you need, any questions you have, they are there to help. Now, right now, still, they are having an amazing spring cleaning sale where you can get up to 50% off so many of their classic dice designs. Dice bags, dice trays. It's an incredible selection and incredible prices. Go to dieharddice.com. Don't forget to use our coupon code DungeonRun at checkout for a discount on us. We are sponsored as well by Eldritch Foundry. They are wonderful. I'm going to have more details on them soon. I know they're updating some things, so we will have more updates from them shortly, but we're also very grateful to Eldritch Foundry. And if you're here in chat, Angel Devilson is dropping those links for you right as we speak. But our show is made possible by Patreon. Go to patreon.com/adungeonrun for all the incredible bonus content. Starting at just $5 a month, you get access to cool behind-the-scenes content and our after-show Short Rest, exclusive only to you patrons. You can also get the exclusive VODs of our recent dungeon cooldowns with me, Serena, Ron, and Lexi. I think people had a lot of fun with mine and Serena's last cooldown. It got a little random. We had some fun. We talked about a lot of random stuff, including Serena's work with Fantasy Flight Games, Star Wars Unlimited, all this other stuff, and I think you guys enjoyed that. But I think it was Tuo Mask that said, this one is wild. It was fun. Randomness, correct, Angel Devilson. But yeah, we have some fun, insightful conversations. New patron shout out. We're so grateful to new patrons Craig Stiles and Pat Q. Welcome, friends. Sean Patrick says, random, that's being polite. It was chaos. It was me and Serena. We're just friends hanging out on a Wednesday night. You know, we were having a good time and enjoying some fancy cocktails. But there's so much more fun to be had. Get over to patreon.com/thedungeonrun. If you are involved in our high-level Patreon game run by me, be watching your Discord inboxes. I've already been reaching out to folks. Scheduling. It's always so fun trying to find when everybody's free. Also, interactivity, as you might know, or if you're new here, we are an interactive show where you have the chance to affect our story in unique and surprising ways. Use our custom Twitch extension or the link you can find in the About section of our Twitch page, or you can just go to streamelements.com/thedungeonrun/tip. There are 2 ways to help or challenge our players, I mean me, because tonight I will be accepting your help. Please be my guest. You can choose to give me a bonus or a penalty die. It's just like advantage or disadvantage. I will. We roll D100s in Call of Cthulhu. I will, if it's a bonus die, I will roll twice and take the lower. Normally, what's considered the better of the 10 value. Or you can also give me the power of luck. We are giving you the option of adding 10 luck points to any player's stash that they can use to turn a failure into a success. I don't know how the story is. Now, again, I did not pre-read the story. I know kind of what the themes are about, and I think you'll all be able to tell where the influences come from for sure. But so we'll see how this goes. If you are a higher level patron and you get monthly free Patreon activity, you can either message me on Discord or message me on Patreon. Is always a good way to let me know how you'd like to cash in your free Patreon rewards. Amazing. Okay, wow. I'm juggling a lot of things here tonight, but I'm so excited to do this with all of you. This is going to be a lot of fun. I mentioned in chat that some of our friends are traveling, some of our friends are handling like health and family stuff, so I've been wanting to try one of these solo things with you all for a while, and schedules just kind of fell into our laps this way. But we are going to be back joining our friends, joining Diarmid, Lorelei, Charlotte, and Eden back in Scotland next week. Thank you, Angel Devilson says you can also message her and pass it on to me. Thank you, I appreciate that. But we're going to be back with Forbidden, continuing our story next week. But I think we're going to see if this perhaps influences our story in any way. Anyway, we're going to be getting to that in just a second. So first of all, with that, let's fall into the Forbidden. I'm back. Okay. Now we need to start off. First of all, I want to show you this lovely art here. Alone Against the Static. That's right. Tonight's adventure is set in the 1990s. We're jumping time periods a little bit. But, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be surprised. I think I'm going to get a lot of ideas as a keeper for the rest of our story based on how this story goes. Anyway, I'm going to start by rolling my character's luck. And tonight, I'm going to be playing Charlie. You see here. Charlie is a nurse. He is married to his wife, Alex. They've been married for almost 5 years. And our story begins with them on a road trip and things feeling a little bit strained. Kildoran already saying this seems like a radio theme. Radio, electricity, things interfering from other planes. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Charlie has no luck to start, so let's check it out. Oh, pretty good. 12 times 5. 60. I rolled a 60 luck to start. Pretty good. Okay. That's not bad luck to start. As you can also see, Charlie's starting sanity is also 60, and his starting hit points are also 13. His occupation is as a nurse. Yeah, you can check out his stats there. He's got pretty good brawl. Very good first aid, obviously. Psychology, also pretty good. Anyway. Content warning at the start of this, again, because I am finding out most of this at the same time as you, my friends. Content warning is Alone Against the Static is a horror scenario and explores themes of grief, isolation, relationships, and heartbreak, and is recommended for mature players. All right. We ready? Let's dive on in. Somewhere, in the forgotten wilds, where pine needles carpet the forest floor, something stirs. Wind whips around the black hills to places where bears, rabbits, and birds never visit. The trees of the surrounding forest shiver. Beneath the moist earth, something wakes. Shifting from beneath the soil, it erupts in silence from the ground. Its emergence reverberates throughout the wild. Far off, a wolf howls in mourning for what will soon pass. It pulls itself from the darkness and breathes. It blinks. Take your chosen investigator's sheet, roll 3d6, and multiply the result by 5 to determine their luck score. I've already done that. Now, you can either play as Charlie or as his wife, Alex. These are the two of them. Charlie on the left, Alex on the right, as you can see. Yeah, we'll be playing as Charlie tonight. But we begin on the two of them on a road trip. The way this is structured, it's very interesting. It is really nostalgic. Makes me nostalgic for the old Choose Your Own Adventure books from the 70s and 80s. Buzz. Alex mutters absentmindedly, opening and closing the car's electric window for the 10th time in 2 minutes. You grit your teeth. You only just got back on the road after your truck stop break, and Alex is already fiddled with every button within reach. You're left to steer the car and navigate using a ridiculously oversized map. Wait, I'm steering and navigating with the map, so we've all done it. We've all done it, right? In the car, totally dangerous, but like holding the map flat against the steering wheel. Alex gets bored of the window, sighs, then turns to you. Can you just let me hold the map? No, I can do this just fine, you reply. The two of you already missed one turn off this trip, because Alex lost track of your route. It's better for you to just take care of everything. Oh boy, okay. Starting from a tense place with our loved ones. It is late afternoon on a rural back road deep within the Black Hills. The sun is high, but the air is cold. Tall pine trees and valleys stretch as far as you can see in every direction. Crisp autumn air drifts in through Alex's open window. Then you hear an electronic buzz for a moment. Suddenly it appears again. On and off. On and off. You bite your tongue and keep silent. Alex turns on the radio. You hear a harsh screech of static as they start scanning through different frequencies. This is all pointless. You're way out of signal range. The only song you can pick up is a heavily distorted Neil Diamond single. Ooh, Neil Diamond. Let's go with Heartlight, the one that he wrote based on E.T. This is true. Neil Diamond wrote songs, not for E.T., later, inspired by E.T., wrote songs about it. Okay. Now it starts giving us options. To ask Alex to stop, go to 83. To just ignore the sound, go to 96. Okay, so to give us a little more background, I mentioned it to begin with. Alex and Charlie have been together for about 5 years, but their relationship is a little strained. They're married. Significant people in my character sheet listed. Alex is my only significant person listed. I think they are probably early to mid 30s. I think I think they've put a lot into each other. And maybe as they grow older, as things tend to be, you tend to find yourself changing in ways. And maybe there are ways that you're not sure that you still make sense together. Under meaningful locations, this is very sweet. I want to share this on his character sheet. Under meaningful locations, he says, a park bench across from Alex's old apartment where they first kissed. A treasured possession is an inherited family engagement ring. Ideology and beliefs, this is... So these characters are pre-generated, as I mentioned. This is already listed. Under ideology and beliefs, karmic justice. Let's keep that in mind. Traits, forlorn and whimsical. Forlorn and whimsical. Look, I've already taken the map from her. She's just searching for the radio. I've already asked her. I'm just going to grit my teeth. I'm going to ignore the sound. Okay? All right, that sends us in another direction. We're going to selection 96. You ignore the droning radio and do your best to focus on driving. Alex shifts about in their seat. They fidget, read out passing signs, and make minor small talk. You remember to answer every question with more than a single word. Dr. O'Brien told you both that communication was the most important part of a relationship. Ooh, couples counseling, yeah. You were skeptical, but Alex seems happier after just a few minutes of conversation. The two of you joke about watching for a wandering deer that might suddenly stagger out in front of your car. At one point, Alex presses their hand against your knee and squeezes affectionately. You can't help but smile. Not far now, you say. Good, I can't wait to stretch my legs, she says. You continue deeper into the forest. The little road you're on winds erratically, dipping up and down as it weaves between hills. The sky gets lost in the branches of pine trees. As the evening shadows lengthen, you feel cold seeping in from outside. I've made those cross-country drives. I've never driven across the Dakotas, but I did theater in Utah for 2 different seasons, so I've driven, like, across the country through, like, high desert. And boy, if you're ever worried sometimes that, like, people are just too much everywhere across the world, drive through, like, eastern Colorado or southern Utah, or I imagine parts of the Dakotas, and there's just nothing for a long time. Yeah, and when night comes, there's like a whole lot of darkness. Darkness, like when you realize, like, people talk about light pollution when you're in a city. You realize that it doesn't affect, like, how dark things can really get. West Texas, Gilderin says, absolutely. How well you can see the stars out in the middle of nowhere versus where you are in a city. It's really a testament to, like, how much your mind alters when you're in a one place for a long time. And just being out in the middle of nowhere, how different it really is. Okay, let's keep going. It's getting late. The sun gradually sets. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing the road ahead, just a few feet at a time. Don't love that visual. Anyone see, speaking of David Lynch, by the way, Lost Highway, R.I.P. David Lynch. The beginning of Lost Highway always freaks me out. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing the road ahead just a few feet at a time. Finally, they drift over the front of a cabin, reflecting off 2 windows on either side of a front door, glaring back at you like watchful eyes. You pull up and park. Finally, Alex sighs, stepping out into the gravel driveway. You haul yourself out of your seat, stretch your back, and walk around to the trunk to get your bags. It's cold here. Cold night air seizes around you like a vice. You weren't expecting it to be this chilly. You hungry? Alex asks, while you try to keep from shivering. Make a con roll. If you fail, check tick touched by cold on the log sheet. Okay, got it. Making a con roll. First roll. I got a bonus die from Dungeon Speedrun. I saw that. Thank you so much. All right. His con, Charlie's con, is pretty good. It's a 70. Oh! Thank you for the bonus die. Wow, okay. I went from a 78 to an 8. So yeah, that's an extreme success. With the 8. Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun. Appreciate you, buddy. To say you're hungry, go to 105. To say you aren't, go to 111. Boy, they're giving you such specific options from the get-go. Okay. I think we're hungry. I think we've been driving for a really long time. Oh, people in chat are telling hitchhiker stories. Don't pick up hitchhikers, guys. What are you doing? No, I shouldn't say that. That's mean. I mean, is it mean? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to that. I think we're hungry. We've been driving a long time. I'm going to say we're hungry. Please. Burgers? Alex smiles. Sure. You drag the bags to the cabin and unlock the door. You stick one hand inside, feel for the light switch, then flick it on. Alex peeks inside and nods approvingly. Wow, super cozy. Go to 327. Moving on. Okay. Why did it want to know if I'm hungry or not? I'm suspicious of you already, game. The cabin isn't very big. Your brother Mark, who owns the place, really exaggerated how luxurious it was. There's only one main room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen. There's no microwave. Both the oven and stove use gas. You see 2 doors, one leading to the rear of the cabin while another leads to a tiny bathroom. You just know it's going to be freezing in there. On the wall, opposite the bed, is a TV and VCR unit sitting on top of a cupboard. The whole cabin is lit by muted yellow bulbs. It's not dark, but it's not quite light either. The sight of the bathroom reminds you that you've just spent several hours driving. You excuse yourself and dart inside. While you're washing your hands, you catch sight of yourself in the mirror. There are bags under your eyes. You stop and sigh. A weekend getaway. Is this really going to solve all your and Alex's problems? I think things went, so the 2 choices it gives us. To feel confident about the weekend, go to 124. To doubt this vacation will fix your relationship, go to 126. I think we had some nice physical touch earlier. I think we had some shared laughs in the car. Maybe I'm just wanting to start from a nicer place, but I think we're feeling confident about the weekend. Yes? Okay. Thank you, Idaho Judd. I see you. Appreciate you. She did offer food. She's working on burgers. That's correct. All right. We're going to go to 124 because I'm going to feel confident about this weekend. Times are tough. It's the 90s. God knows what's going on. Okay. There's no sense in brooding. You came out here for a reason. You love Alex. You want to make this work. You can spend all day guessing how things will end up, but it won't change anything. All you can do is be the kindest and most loving person you can. Humankind. Whether or not that will be enough is out of your hands. You walk out of the bathroom, smile, and try cracking a joke. Oof, sorry. I've been holding on to that one since we left Pierre. Alex snorts, but you catch the slightest hint of a smirk. They're standing in the kitchen, chopping up vegetables. You walk over and do your best to help. Before long, you're both seated at the small dining table, eating together. Alex is not saying much. It's difficult to tell what they're thinking. Oh boy, here we go. Make a psychology roll to gauge how Alex is feeling. Okay, sure. What boy, I'm worried about these kids already. Okay, psychology roll. I got a bonus die. So I have to keep track. I've got 20 luck already from Idaho Judd and from Dungeon Speedrun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Psychology roll. His psychology is 60. He's very good. He's a nurse, you know? He works with people all day. Has to read their emotions. Oh, first roll's a really good one. Yeah, okay. That's a 13. That's definitely a success. It's a hard success, not an extreme. Okay. If you succeed the roll, go to 127. Alex is confused. That's the only time they ever go quiet. You watch them pick at their food half-heartedly. They're probably turning things over in their head, just like you are. As much as you want to blurt out questions to talk things through, you force yourself to keep silent. Alex doesn't like that kind of direct conversation. This is really well written. If you start asking questions, you'll probably just annoy them. The best thing you can do is just relax. Focus on doing the things you enjoy as a couple. It will remind them of how good things can be. That's the best way forward. Okay. Go to 234. Oh, man. See, this is the thing. I like starting horror stories from a place of, like, really, you know, rooting for and caring about the characters, but it means it's gonna hurt more. Ugh. Everything's gonna be fine. Anyway. Excuse me. I was sick last week. I'm still getting over it a little bit. Hey, do you want to watch a movie, you ask? Alex hesitates. The two of you used to fall asleep to movies almost every night when you were first dating. Alex chews the idea over for a moment, then nods. Sure. You take the dishes over to the sink and wash them up while Alex brushes their hair. When you're done, you head over to the TV unit. It's a relatively cheap model from the late 80s sitting on top of a dusty VCR player. Hell yeah, let's go. You switch both on, then open a cabinet beneath looking for videos. Yeah, love it. I love relying on random VHSs at Airbnbs or cabins where you don't normally live. Just Jules would like to use their Patreon advantage luck for me too, please. Thank you so much. To a mask asks, are there pronouns they, them? That's a good question. I don't know. I see Alex only being referred to as they, so I'm not sure. Well, this does take place in the 90s, Angel Devilson. Absolutely. So we're not, I mean, DVDs are probably around by this time, but, you know, I worked at a Blockbuster in the late 90s, early 2000s. There were still plenty of VHSs and VCRs. Yes, making you feel old. But thank you again, Just Jules, I saw you. Mark sure likes scary movies, you say, looking over the titles. 15 different tapes, and you're sure that covers pretty much every major slasher film of the last decade. Ooh, boy, okay. All right. Yeah, mid-90s. I will always go to bat for Friday the 13th Part 2. And the original Halloween, of course. It's the best. God, none of these look good. There aren't any comedies? Alex asks from the bathroom. Make a spot hidden roll. I want to make a spot hidden roll to spot if there are any comedy VHSs. I love this. This is my favorite roll ever. Unfortunately, Charlie's spot hidden. Oh, it's pretty good. It's a 65. Okay. All right. Hang on. 38. Okay. That's a success. Jules, I'm going to hang on to your bonus die. Okay. But that is a success. All right, great. Go to 131 to see if there's any comedy VHSs. Best roll ever. Okay. As you're leafing through the tapes, you notice something at the back of the cabinet. You reach inside and pull it out. It's an empty slipcase for a VHS tape. It's flimsy. Someone has scrawled a title on it in black marker pen. The Flowers in the Stream. Never mind, I don't think it's a comedy. Oh, God. You incredulously read the name of the aloud. Flowers in the Stream? What's that? Alex asks, coming out of the bathroom. Empty case? Should have stopped at a video store. I think these are all bootlegs. Alex walks over to you. They're smiling. Maybe they did some soul searching in the bathroom, too. Is the tape still in the VCR, they ask? You lean over and press the eject button. There is a whirring of mechanical internals, then the unit spits out a tape. Hey! Aha! Alex says, stepping forward to pull you into a hug. Thank you, Charlie, they say. They rest their head on your shoulder for a second while you stand there holding the tape, sighing. I love you. Check tick the Flowers in the Stream on the log sheet. All right, I got to do this log sheet stuff. Hang on. Log sheet. Oh boy. Okay, right. Give me a second. That's right. What's wait. All right. Hang on. Gosh. All right, log sheet. You have to have a log sheet. I'm not so let's make sure okay. We're keeping track of everything. Uh-huh. Okay, great. It uses a log sheet. Okay, great. Yep. All right. Yes. All right. Making sure. Like I said, I'm juggling a lot of things, but it's going to be great. Okay, great. All right. It's got to be something with Leslie Nielsen around here somewhere. That's correct, Dungeon Speedrun. By the way, the fact that the new Naked Gun, instead of starring Leslie Nielsen, is starring Liam Neeson is like a joke written by my wife. It's incredible because she constantly confuses Leslie Nielsen and Liam Neeson. Okay. So I need to... All right. Checking in the log sheet. I have the flowers in the stream. Okay. I think I wasn't touched by the cold. No. All right. Okay. And I think I check Alex on the log sheet. That's correct. Okay. I think those are the two things I have. Excuse me. Okay. We're back at it. All right. I have to go back and find my place. It's okay. It's going to be just fine. Okay. Flowers in the stream. Yes. So she says, I love you. Now I can't get the image of Leslie Nielsen saying, I have a particular set of skills. that was not a very good Leslie Nielsen impression, but it's just making it not Irish. Okay, so she's happy. She says thank you, and she says I love you. To respond lovingly, yeah, I think so. The two options are to respond lovingly, go to 135. To change the subject, go to 137. I think we respond lovingly. I think things are going well. Going to 135. You smile at Alex before replying, I love you too. The two of you stay quiet for a moment afterwards and enjoy the silence. Enjoy the silence! Sorry for you non-Depeche Mode fans out there. Just, I can't see the words enjoy the silence and not sing that. Anyway, I'm drinking red wine. Did I say that? Then you bustle over to the VCR and get everything ready. We just assume this is a comedy. We don't know what this movie is. Before long, the two of you are set up in bed, looking towards the TV, with the tape paused and ready to go. Ready to start, you ask Alex? They nod. Lights, camera, action. 1:45. Is it blood red wine? Kinda. 1:45. When the film begins, the screen is black. Oh boy. There is faint music, but no opening credits. Then the screen cuts to blurry footage that was clearly recorded on a handheld camera. One of the influences of this story is the Blair Witch Project. I thought I'd save to tell you that until we got here. I mean, I didn't know that we'd get here, but I was like, oh, yep, here we are. Wow, is this one of Mark's home movies, you ask? Alex laughs, then reaches for the remote. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second, that looks familiar, you say, pointing at the TV. Alex hesitates. On screen, you see a wall of tall forest trees. Leaves and pine needles crunch under the feet of whoever's filming. The camera pans across the landscape, creating a blur of greens and browns. Suddenly you spot Mark's cabin, standing alone in its little clearing. A dull red sedan is parked out front. That's Julie's car, Alex says. This must have been after their wedding. The camera's shaky. Wind rushes against the microphone, causing a brief flurry of horrid scraping from the speakers. There's movement near the red car. A woman, Julie, is taking bags from the trunk. She's smiling. Yeah, Alex says. This must be at least 5-6 years ago. Julie turns as the cabin door opens. Mark steps out, walks over, and takes one of the bags from her. They smile and exchange unheard words. You sit bolt upright. What the hell? What's wrong? It's only Mark. Yeah, so who's filming? Alex stammers and blinks. On the screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards the window. The picture is a grainy blur of colors. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer. Then harsh wind picks up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. It says, make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Entry 145. Okay. Make a sanity roll. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to use... just Jules, I'm going to use your bonus die now, because I can't use luck for sanity, but we can use bonus dice. Okay. That's a 39 under 60. So that's a success. Whew. To cover your ears, go to 154. To scramble for the dial and turn it down, go to 158. So I didn't lose any sanity, so I still have control of my faculties. But literally, harsh winds pick up, howl through the speakers, the camera zooms, we don't know who's filming them. It sounds like the camera was close to them, almost if it was omniscient. The image smashes to a loud slurry of loud static. Yeah, I agree. Let's scramble for the dial rather than just covering my ears. Let's shut it. Let's try to shut it off. 158. You dart from the bed, grimacing at the ear-splitting noise. You switch the dial and kill the TV. Alex is sitting on the bed with her hands clamped over their ears like a dope. Sorry, it's only a remote for the VCR. There's no volume control. What the hell was that? You ask angrily. Alex shrugs. I don't know. Mark and Julie came out here with someone else? Alex laughs. I don't really want to think about what your brother and his wife might be up to when they're out here. Mature themes. You roll your eyes. That was creepy. It's like a peeping Tom. Well, we know it's not. Alex gestures to the TV cabinet. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? She has a point. If broken heart is checked on the log sheet, my broken heart is not. We are not brokenhearted. To get frustrated with Alex, go to 160. To stay calm, go to 164. I don't know why we'd get frustrated with Alex. She's just pointing out facts. So let's stay calm, go to 174. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? That's a very good question. Agreed. What we're getting frustrated to. I mean, yeah, that's always a very... Sean Patrick, you're a very rational person, and I appreciate you for that. But, sometimes we get frustrated whether we not want to or not. Anyway, we're going to stay calm. You shake your head and take a deep breath. You're right. It's stupid. Let's just forget about whatever the hell that was. You still want to watch a movie? Alex asks. Sure, whatever's fine. One of those schlocky flicks, you say. Alex gets up. My pick? Your pick. Alex smiles and looks over the tapes in the cabinet. Ooh, this is a good one. You lean forward to look at a tape that has a guy wearing a pumpkin on his head on the cover. I think even you'll like it, babe. Somehow I doubt it. You smile. No, seriously, Alex says, and slips the tape from the case. It's about this guy who's a writer and he drives up to this secluded town in Maine, right? Sounds like a Stephen King movie. Alex hits eject in the VCR. And anyway, when the TV set blares to life, it bellows static throughout the cabin. Thunderous scraping and coughing bounces off the walls. You thrash and cover your ears. Alex is swearing, but you can barely hear it. The TV falls silent, and with it, all the lights in the cabin go dark. The power's out. What the heck? Okay. Does sound like a Lance Henriksen movie dungeon speedrun. Speaking my language. Going to 193. The power is now out. Totally great sign. Alex? You ask the darkness. Yeah? What was that? I think the power's out? You hear scrambling in the darkness as Alex shuffles along the floor, one hand touching the wall. They flick the light switch several times. I thought this place is on solar power. That's what they said. Maybe something's broken. You think there's a backup? No idea. Guess we'll need to go into town tomorrow and call Mark to ask him. Great. You press your fists against your brow. That's just great. Your heart is still racing after that last burst of noise. You take your hands away from your face, but it doesn't get any lighter. It's pitch black in the cabin. You feel anxiety start to build in your chest. If either broken heart or blame game is ticked on the log sheet, you cannot lean on Alex for support. You must go to 207. I mean, look, wow, sounds like we made good choices by, keeping us together in the early part of the story. To lean on Alex for support, go to 205. To give up and go to sleep. I mean, I kind of want to go to sleep. We're alone in the cabin, though. We've been looking for a getaway. Yes, the power's out, but leaning on Alex for support sounds nice. Okay, let's lean on Alex for support. Let's keep this positive. We're going super pause tonight. That was really loud, you say. You can hear a waver in your voice. Alex clearly does too. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. You hear approaching footsteps. Oh, geez. Okay, it's her. Or it's them. Then the bed frame creaks as Alex crawls onto it. In the silence following the outburst from the TV, even the slightest sound rings deafeningly loud in the quiet. You feel Alex cuddle up close to you. I'm sorry, Alex says. Don't be. Don't worry about the TV. We'll fix it tomorrow. If not, we can just go hiking instead. You murmur softly in agreement. Alex wraps an arm around you. You feel their breathing on the back of your neck. It slows quickly and fades into the gentle rumble of sleep. The sound is steady and calming. Before long, you drift off too. The only sound that disturbs you is the faint creaking of pines echoing softly through the black hills. And that's the end of the story. Just kidding. Game over. You live happily ever after. Nope. Go to 34. Sounds like we fall asleep. Okay. Did we make it through the first night? Kind of sounds like we made it through the first night, but let's see. When you wake in the morning, you are alone. What? Where is she? You stir in the bed and sit up. Babe? There's no answer. The only sound is the wind outside, carrying with it a gentle morning bird song. You get up and cross to the kitchen. There's a note taped to the chunky refrigerator, which is written in familiar handwriting. Sorry again, just want this weekend to be special. Gone to town to get help fixing power. Back ASAP. Love you. You set the note down. Looks like you have a few hours to yourself. To eat some breakfast, go to 35. To go for a brisk walk, go to 37. I prefer eating before walks, personally. Is that just me? I don't know. But maybe, making breakfast. Maybe we'll have some breakfast for Alex when they get back. Let's eat some breakfast. You scrounge up some bacon and eggs. The spit and splutter of cooking fat fills the kitchen. The leaden quiet out here is unsettling. More than once, you make to turn the radio on before remembering that it won't work with the power out. You poke at your eggs idly with a spatula and slowly run your eyes across the room. They land on the dormant television set. Your heartbeat quickens. Charlie's got anxiety issues. #relatable. You frown. It's embarrassing how much that stupid videotape affected you. You roll your eyes and turn off the gas. You eat your hearty breakfast in silence. Once you're done and have washed the dishes, you realize you've got nothing else to do, so decide to go for a walk. To leave right away, go to 36. To wait a few minutes in case your partner returns, go to 41. We did say we have a few hours to ourselves. Doesn't feel like it's been a few hours, so I feel like we can just leave. Is that too bold a choice? No, I feel like we can just leave. Outside, the air is fresh. The sun is warm, and the sky's mostly clear. You fill your lungs with a scent of moist soil and pine trees. You take a few steps forward and peer down the driveway. It weaves away into the woods. The trees are so thick here that you'd probably have a better chance listening out for cars than looking for them. You turn and head down a walking trail just by the cabin. The earth has been worn smooth by the hiking shoes of innumerable visiting families. To slowly get excited about this vacation, go to 39. To grow even more anxious, go to 40. Oh, game. You want me to choose to grow even more anxious? Walking alone, slowly getting more excited. I think last night was super weird. That was weird. And that video was creepy. Feeling like your brother and his wife were being watched on a videotape. You don't know what it was. Weird. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to choose to grow even more anxious. That feels true to me in this moment. But fresh air and walking can calm you. That is true. But also, I think there's a lot of lingering questions. And I have been stuck in a house without power out in the middle of nowhere before. And by the time it got dark, I was a mess. Okay, let's keep going. I'm choosing to grow more anxious. Might regret this. You feel a gentle flutter in your chest as you go. You wonder about the day before, about the long drive in your relationship. Then you think of the howling television static. Yeah. You fold your arms and continue walking. It's hard to keep that image out of your head. You keep your eyes on the trail and force yourself to focus on the now. That's the best advice you've received. Focus on the now. Not about last night. Not about all the crap from our lives. It's fine. Off to the left, you hear running water. To investigate the sound, go to 44. To stick to the trail, go to 49. I love a good river. I love investigating a nice river. Let's check that out. Go to 44. You step off the trail and stride through the forest towards the sound of running water. The ground is uneven, so you steady yourself on the trunks of nearby pines as you go. You walk for a little while until the sound of the water gets louder. You crest a small ridge and discover a bubbling stream just on the other side. Nice. The water's rushing downhill fast, headed south. It's clear and fresh. The trickling sound is melodic. If the flowers in the stream is check-ticked on the log sheet, this place reminds you of something. You must go to 48. Yup. Okay. Flowers in the stream is checked on my log sheet. We found that videotape. You must go to 48. Okay, it reminds me of something. You flinch. The black marker label on the videotape that played just before the TV blew up jumps to your mind. The flowers in the stream. Looking at this stream, the flowers at its bank, and the leaves drifting down on its current, the memory of screeching static rings in your ears. You lift your eyes from the water and look around you. There's nothing unusual here. Just the trail at your back and lonely pines all along the length of the water. You're alone. Creepy. Why am I creeped out? It's time to keep walking. You refocus your mind and head determinedly down the trail, further down the black hills and deeper into the forest. It's a pleasant hike. Sunlight filters through pine branches and casts up dancing shadows all about you in the cool morning air. After a half hour or so, you feel nature calling and step behind a tree to pee. You're fumbling with your clothes when you spot something. Ahead, off the trail and nestled in a narrow valley, is a dilapidated wooden shed. Feeling anxious, never been here before. So choices are investigate and ignore the shed. As a rule, I don't just go knocking on sheds. Especially if there's a bunch of slasher flicks that are in my mind from last night. No. Thought was ahead, not ahead. Thanks, Dungeon Speedrun. Oh boy. Okay. Man. I at least have one vote to investigate the shed in chat. I don't know. I think he's pretty. We chose to be anxious earlier, and I don't think anxious people are going to go knocking on weird, dilapidated sheds. I'm gonna go against, and I'm gonna say we're gonna ignore the shed for now. Forgot that. You've seen enough horror movies to steer well clear of little abandoned sheds found in the middle of the woods. Yes, yes, Charlie. You continue your hike for about a half hour, then turn and head back home. We just saw a shed. It's just a shed. Anything could have been in there. I'm good. No, thank you. Go to 84. Okay. You crest the rise that leads back to the cabin. The sun is high in the sky. It's late morning, soon to be afternoon. You sigh. There's no sign of the car, and therefore you're probably still without power or your partner for now. You head inside. Everything is well lit by the late morning glow. You change out of your walking clothes and leave them on the bed. Then head into the bathroom to shower. No. If occupied is ticked on the log sheet, you remember a minor detail. It didn't tell me to check occupied. I don't think so. No, I don't think that was one. Okay, go to 87. Water cascades into the waiting tub below, filling the room with a constant loud drizzle. It's almost like white noise. All right, hang on. The pressure is lousy without power to the pump, but gravity does most of the work. Thank God the water heater is gas-powered. You wash your face and scrub clean the pores of your nose. You turn around in the shower to scrub your back. You pause. Just ahead, the door to the bathroom is wide open. You're certain you closed it. You shut the shower off and step out, grabbing a towel and wrapping it around you. Honey? Is that you? You call out, but there's no reply. You stand in the empty cabin. Nothing. You're alone. Ugh, make a sanity roll. Come on. Ooh. That's a flat 80 over 60. That's a failure. I'm creeped out. Okay. If you fail, go to 89. I don't know how much damage I took. Was someone here? The windows are closed. Are you going mad? You were sure you shut the door. You remember doing it. You look at the television set. It's sitting there stoic and quiet, acting like it hadn't burst your eardrums the night before. This place sucks. The door probably swung open itself. Everything in this cabin is dodgy. That's gotta be it. You hope you're right. Time to get dressed. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Okay. Making a note of the entry. 89, shower. Okay. Lose 1 sanity. Okay. Down to 59. Copy that. Okay. Thank you, Angel Devilson. I'm seeing that there are some luck points and rolls. Thank you so much. I'm going to make sure I keep an eye on that from here on out. Okay. Angel, just go ahead and send me those on Discord. Okay. And thank you, everybody. I'll make sure I see them. Lose 1 sanity. I've lost 1 sanity. And go to 91. Okay. We are at 91. Got it. I see those, Angel. Thank you. You stretch, roll your head around a few times, to work the tired muscles, then head over to the bed and open your suitcase. You purse your lips and consider how you're feeling. To put on jeans and a t-shirt, check tick practical on the log sheet. Or to put on warm, soft track pants and a sweater, check tick comfortable on the log sheet. Oh boy. All right, I'm anxious, I'm spooked. I don't know if I'm feeling comfortable. And I just lost a little bit of sanity. I feel like I might just want to get out of here at any moment. So I'm going to go for jeans and a t-shirt. And we're going to click practical. That feels true to me right now. Going to click practical on the log sheet. Okay. Good. Done. All right. Choose either option, then go to 93. Freshly dressed. No shoes, or is that not an option? I assume maybe I only have one pair of shoes. Freshly dressed, you feel renewed. Now what to do with the afternoon while you wait for your partner to return? Hopefully they have a solution to the power problem. To make some food, go to 94. To search for flashlights and batteries so you have light for when it gets dark, go to 95. To try and restore the power yourself, go to 368. Okay, so Charlie, let's remind ourselves, is a nurse. No mechanical repair skill. No electrical repair skill. So it's maybe not where his mind goes immediately. If something... man. Either I'm thinking... I don't think I just go and make more food. I think I'm going to go for either the flashlight and battery so we have light for when it gets dark, or try to restore the power myself. No, okay. Look, I'm going to try and be decisive. I'm going to try and restore the power myself. Yes? Okay. We're going to go to 368. Jeez. Don't like jumping this late into the story. No, it's fine. And you're dead. Okay. You slip your shoes on and step out of the cabin. You trudge through the foliage that skirts the cabin walls as you make your way around the building looking for the generator. You find it on the back of the cabin, a big metallic box that was once painted beige, but now faded and chipped. It looks a bit like a cabinet with a pair of doors at knee height. You stoop down and open the doors. Funny, expecting them not to open so easily. Inside are what looks like two tall and thin car batteries. Oh boy. Connected with wires to one of those boxes with a needle that jumps up and down, measuring whatever it was designed to measure. The needle is currently at 0. Make a hard mechanical roll. I don't know what I expected. But luckily, I have a bonus die from Gateway Guy. Thank you so much, friend. Okay, I think I'm just... So my mechanical skill is 10%. So to hit hard, I need a 5 or below. First roll. No way. First roll, I kid you not, is a 2. What? What? Alright, Gateway Guy, I'm gonna hold on to that bonus die. 0, 0, and a 2. That's a 2. Wow. I can't believe that just happened. Okay. Hard success. Nailed it. You check the wires from the batteries. They're not frayed and are still connected properly to the meter box. The batteries don't look too old, maybe 88 models. Each should store enough power to run lights alone for a few days. A TV would only reduce that by half. The only explanation is that they've been run dry, and for some reason the solar panels on the cabin roof aren't charging them. You hope your partner's getting the proper help. If the cabin needs new panels, there isn't anything a regular electrician could do. So I did not fix it. We just diagnosed the problem. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Go to 370. With a sigh, you head back inside and slip off your shoes. You close the door behind you. It's nice in a way to feel so removed from the world, but still safe and secure in this little room. Totally safe. Totally secure. Like a pocket of the modern day planted in the wilderness. You just wish you could watch TV. To make some food, go to 94. To search for flashlights and batteries so you have light for when it gets dark, go to 95. I think now it's time for flashlights and batteries. All right, going to 95. Okay. You knew there was a heavy-duty flashlight in the car, but it's gone now. What do you have here in the cabin? Right now, when the sun goes down, you'll be left in the dark. Make a spot hidden roll. Okay. That is for spot hidden, that is a 27 under 65. That's a hard success. Awesome. If you succeed, go to 97. In the cupboard beneath the sink, you find a little plastic container with a mini flashlight in it. Oh boy, that's not going to do the trick. You switch it on. It works, but the beam is weak. The batteries are probably dying. You look for spares in the pantry, the bathroom, and in the bedside tables. Eventually, your gaze settles on the TV cabinet. You cross the cabin to the television and perch on your knees in front of it. You open the cabinet and scan over the videotapes. You move some of them aside to look deeper into the cabinet. In the dark, right at the back, you find a blister pack of batteries. They must be kept here for the remote control, but they fit the flashlight. Jackpot. Sweet. You swap the batteries out. The beam becomes much stronger. Check tick fully charged on the log sheet. Okay. Boy, they're just... Ooh, the log sheet makes me weirdly more nervous. You're like, cool. We just know all these little things about you now. All right. Log sheet. Fully charged. Checked. Okay. Gilderin says, I feel you are doing well. I feel so too. Okay. If well-fed is checked on the log sheet, you're bored. You must go to 108. No, I'm not well-fed. To cook some food, go to 94. Okay. You head to the kitchenette. You're glad the fridge and stove are powered by gas. You cook up a meal, then enjoy it alone at the little dining table. Check tick well-fed on the log sheet. If survivalist, so let's check well-fed on the checking well-fed on the log sheet. 1 second, back to the log sheet. So right now, for those keeping score at home, I just want to make sure the statuses or whatever that are on our log sheet that we are Alex is on our log sheet. That means our connection to Alex. Fully charged is on there. Practical. The flowers in the stream is on there. And so is well-fed. Okay. Sean Patrick says, the log sheet is just like the NSA, just keeping tabs on you at all times. Yeah, that's lovely. Great. The log sheet is just keeping track. It's just our friends keeping track of us. Okay. Great. If survivalist is check-ticked on the log sheet, your stomach growls. You must go to 102. No. To eat and enjoy the food, go to 106. To pick at the plate unenthusiastically and worry about your situation, go to 107. No, I think we're feeling slightly better now. Right? She's been gone a long time. Alex has been gone a long time. That's weird. I don't like that. Like, they said they were going to be gone a few hours. I'm starting to get a little worried about Alex. She's hiring a repairman. Yeah, that takes 15 minutes. Those roads were crazy up here. I'm going to 107. I'm going to worry about her. The woods are lonely, dark and deep. You're here alone in a cabin with no power, kidding yourself that everything will be fine. So long as the sun remains up, you're able to keep yourself fooled. But you know with every passing minute that the sun is edging closer to the horizon line, racing to leave you in the darkness. Where is Alex? Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Okay. 107 is the entry number. Make a sanity roll. Oh, great. Okay. That is a 47. That is a success. 47 under 59. If fully charged or running on empty, as check ticked on the log sheet, you're bored. You must go to 108. All right, so I'm bored. I am fully charged. You can't think of anything else to do in the cabin, and restlessness is creeping. For a while, you lie on the sofa and read an old beat-up paperback from a shelf in the corner. Nice. Love a good old beat-up paperback, like an old Clive Cussler or yeah, I don't know, something like that. You think it's pretty good, but a little flowery and overwritten, not to mention how grating prose written in the second person can be. Ew, in the second person. Make a listen roll. Okay, what's my listen like? All right, 60. Listen, pretty good. I rolled a flat 60. 60 on 60. If you succeed, go to 110. Louis L'Amour, Sean Patrick. Yeah, let's go Westerns. Let's do it. You hear footsteps outside. They crunch on the gravel driveway. You sit up. You didn't hear a car approach. You stand up nervously and creep across to the window. A balding middle-aged man is standing just outside the front door. He's dressed in a thick winter coat and has his hands in his pockets. You do not recognize him. He lifts his hand to the cabin door and knocks. To pretend nobody's home and wait for the stranger to leave, go to 140. To answer the door, go to 121. I think... Nope, not that one. There we go. I think we gotta answer that. It's literally a one-room thing. I think we gotta answer the door. She might have sent him. He might have news about Alex. You're 100% right. You're right. Yep. What's going on? This could be the repairman. You cross to the door, unlatch it, and pull it open. Hello? The stranger looks you up and down, his face devoid of expression. Hello, he says. He isn't smiling. He looks past your shoulder into the cabin. Is Julie home? Julie. That's Mark's wife. To ask who the strange man is, go to 114. To tell him Julie isn't here, go to 122. I think I want to end this conversation as soon as possible. I think I'm just going to say she's not here. Julie isn't here. We're just staying at the cabin. You sure? I'm very sure, you say. I can take a message? What about Mark? He asks. Is Mark here? I can speak to Mark. You seen him? To ask about the stranger, go to 116. To tell him that Mark isn't here, go to 123. To tell this guy to leave, go to 117. My mind is going to the videotape. I feel like this is maybe the person who shot the videotape. Do I want to know that, though? No, Mark isn't here either. Oh. He looks down, then looks back up and stares at you. Several seconds pass. Can I help you with anything else? Where are they? He asks. What's your name? I'll tell them you stopped by. He keeps staring at you. To ask the stranger to leave, go to 117. To shut the door in his face, Go to 128. I'm a very polite person. I was raised in the Midwest. I'm just going to ask him to leave. This stranger gives you the creeps. Yeah! He's placed awfully close to the door and is standing kind of funny. Sorry, you have to leave, you say. Why? Because this is, private property. He stares at you without responding. Kildoran, wouldn't you tell him how you know Mark? I don't know, man. I don't want this guy knowing things about me. He is silent for an uncomfortably long time. He isn't moving. Just go, you say. I don't want to have to call the police. I'm getting a little aggressive, Charlie. You got a phone in there? He asks. You stay silent. You know you don't. Ugh! I don't like it. You can try to reason with the stranger, scare him off, or just shut the door in his face. To scare off the stranger, make an intimidate roll. To reason with the stranger, make a persuade roll. To shut the door in his face, go to 128. I am not feeling very intimidating right now. Charlie's intimidation score is pretty good. What about his persuade roll? His persuade roll's a little better. I'm not feeling very intimidating. I think we should persuade. And again, like you said, we haven't told him we're his brother yet. Okay. We're going to make a persuade roll. Gateway guy, I did not use that bonus die you gave me because I kept rolling. I've been rolling rocks so far. Ooh! That is a 93 over 50. Thank you, Gateway guy. Okay. Here's the use of my bonus die to try to persuade this guy to leave. That's not going to do it. That's an 83. I only increased from a 93 to an 83. Thank you, Gateway guy, but it did not do the trick. Luck. That's a lot of luck, though. That would be 33 points of luck out of my total 80. I'm gonna say no luck right now. That's like almost half my luck. If you fail, go to 136. It would be like totally swell if you just got out of here, you say. Seriously. He blinks. Please? Time do you go to bed? He asks. You know, totally normal question. What? Excuse me? I'd come back then, he says. You stammer. Well, he asks. You feel a chill in your gut. His empty eyes continue to bore into you. Suddenly, without another word, he turns on his heel and walks away. So it worked. It worked, kind of. You watch as he goes. He doesn't head down the driveway. He takes the trail that leads into the forest. The same trail you went walking on earlier. Yep, I'm getting creeped out, folks. Your heart is hammering. A sharp spike of adrenaline makes your hands tremble. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Sean Patrick says, the same trail with the shed. Yes, I know, Sean Patrick. The shed. Okay, entry 136. The man walking away. I don't love it. Make a sanity roll, you think? Okay. Oh! No! That's a fumble. That is 100. Who am I, Ron Ogden? That is triple zeros. I do have a bonus die from Angel Devilson. But I think I'm going to choose to lose this. Yeah, I think a fumble must be respected. That takes me down. I lose 1 sanity. So I slam the door. Standing alone, and it's getting dark outside. And all I have is a mini flashlight, and my wife is still just not around. Cool. To follow the stranger, go to 138. No. To close the door and make sure it's locked, go to 120. Yeah, especially after losing my sanity roll, I am not following that guy. Absolutely not. You need to make sure the cabin's safe. Yep. You check every lock you can find. You pull the door closed and lock it, sliding across the deadbolt to make doubly sure. Then you walk to the bathroom and check the window. You latch that shut too. The other windows in the cabin don't open, and there's just the one door in and out. It all seems safe. Cool. Check, tick, lockdown on the log sheet. Oh, God. Love it. All right. Checking lockdown on the log sheet. We have locked down the cabin. 1 second. All right, where's the log sheet? Lockdown. Cool. Okay. This is going well so far, I think. Is this going well? Are we having fun? Cool. Yeah, great. Yep, I'm having fun too. Great. Okay. Okay. Good. Great. To settle in for the night, go to 142. That's my only option. It's dark. Clouds cover the sky, and the moon is hidden. You lay on top of the bed for a while, listening to the wind shaking the branches of the pines all around. Where is Alex, though? Like, where is Alex? Every few minutes, you think you hear your partner arriving back. Right? Every time, you're wrong. When you walk around the cabin, you use your flashlight to guide your way. Let's be careful about those batteries, though. After a few hours, you make yourself a sandwich and eat it in the dark. Oh, God. While you chew, there's a knock on the door. It is a single knock. Suffocating silence follows it. To ignore the knock, go to 183. To answer the door, go to 176. Come on, dude. Is he checking if I'm asleep? I don't. Only sociopaths knock once. Gateway guy, I kind of agree with you. I don't want to ignore the knock. I don't want this guy to think I'm asleep. I want, nope, wide awake in here. Go away, please. To answer the door. I'm gonna answer the door. Could still be Alex. You set the sandwich aside and swallow. You walk to the door, the flashlight guiding your way. Hello? You ask. You open the door. Come on. Darkness. The flashlight spreads a cone of dim light out into the night. The wind and the cold wash over you. Make a note of the sentry number. You may need to return to it. Why? Okay. I did that. Make a sanity roll. Another sanity roll. There's a lot of sanity rolls. Wow, I am rolling like crap all of a sudden. That's an 89 over 58. Angel, I'm going to use your bonus die. Thank you, friends. Okay, that's much better. That is a 29 over 58. That's a success. If lumberjack is checked ticked on the log sheet, you spot an item you found. No. I do not have lumberjack checked. I need more wine. We're taking a wine refill. Okay. Yep. I promise not to pull a Jeff Canada tonight. To dismiss the noise as an accident of the wind, go to 181. To wait a moment longer, go to 178. Crafted Crunch says sanity save equals refill. Crafted Crunch? Not a bad call. To wait a moment longer, go to 178. I think I'm going to wait a little longer. Yeah, just dismissing as accidents. No. What's pulling a Jeff Canada, finishing off an entire bottle of wine in one stream? I love you, Jeff. Yeah, no, I think we're waiting. It's cold, and the wind is picking up, and it's louder out here than you realized. You can't make out any individual sounds. It's just one long howl. It sounds like solid white noise, like howling, screeching, static. Make another sanity roll. You're killing me. You're killing me, game. There's a lot of sanity rolls. Guys, that's another failure. That's a flat 80 over 58. Okay. If you fail, go to 179. Static. Static. Howling static. In the trees and on the ground. In your face and down your throat. In your gut and in your eyes. Howling, howling, howling. Meshy, white, howling, static. You hurry back inside. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Why? Okay. Okay. Lose another sanity. I'm down one more. Now, it's important to remember that if I lose 12 sanity in this one session, I go there's some underlying insanity that will kick in, because if you lose over 1/5 of your sanity in one session, some stuff starts to happen. Go to 181. You close the door. You didn't realize how cold it was until the slight warmth of the cabin returns. You go back to the kitchen and sit dejectedly before what is left of your sandwich. Later, you follow the flashlight back to the bed and get under the covers, rubbing your arms and legs to stay warm. Upon the cabinet at the foot of the bed, the television turns on. The power's back. Wait, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. To start turning on lights, go to 184. To inspect the television, go to 185. All right, well, the television is what seemed to cause everything to fritz out last night. So if the power just came back on, Sean Patrick, you and I are on the same boat. Is the power back on, or is the TV just on by itself? Agreed. However, logical explanation could be that the power just came back on. Maybe that's why Alex has been gone for so long. I don't know. So I'm going to start turning on lights, assuming the power is back on. To start turning on lights, go to 184. You reach across to the bedside lamp and flick the switch. Nothing. Come on! Hate it when I'm right. You get out of bed and use the flashlight to find the light switch on the wall. Nothing. You cross the cabin and step into the bathroom. You flick the switch. Nothing. Nothing. Just the TV, tuned to the VCR, displaying slightly illuminated black. Hate this. But I also love it. To inspect the TV, go to 186. It's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. Okay. We have a few options here. If the quiet in the evening is ticked on the log, nope. If the couple who came to the cabin is ticked on the log, nope. To play the tape from last night, go to 208. To leave the TV alone, go to 223. I think. All right. So yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna play the tape from last night. It was on my mind when I was walking by the river. What if you want to throw the TV outside? Yeah. There's that too. Yeah, just let's go full poltergeist and throw the TV out the front door. Grafton Grunch, what if the tape is just Beverly Hills Cop? I mean, that would be ideal. Beverly Hills Cop, like top 5 for me all time. To play the tape from last night, go to 208. Or to leave the I can't, I feel like I can't leave the TV alone. That feels crazy to me. This is so weird. No other lights are working. The TV just came on. I'm gonna play the tape from last night. The tape from last night is still sitting in the little cabinet. Call it morbid curiosity or just as a desire to understand what is going on, but you take up the tape and slide it into the VCR. You turn the volume all the way down. That's right. Okay, so if I think that this guy is possibly the one who made this tape, then I want to learn more about who this guy is and why he's asking about my brother and his wife. Killed her in, getting really worried about Alex. Me too. You turn the volume all the way down. You don't want a repeat of the speaker blasting static from last night. Good call. You press play. The tape begins from where it left off the night before. Static. Thunderous white noise, muted by your fingers on the volume dial. Then the tracking on the tape flickers. Jagged white and silver lines horizontal across the tape. Looks like the tape had more footage to show when you turned it off last night. Check tick familiar face on the log sheet. Okay. We're checking familiar face on the log sheet. Don't know why. Don't know what that means. Not a fan. Familiar face. Okay. Okay, we're going back. Check the log sheet. To adjust the tracking on the tape using the VCR controls, go to 222. To let the tape play on, go to 209. I mean, just for simple nostalgia sakes, I feel like we gotta adjust the tracking. Okay. And if the tape is flickering, yeah. Okay. Go to 222. I'm gonna try to adjust the tracking. You fiddle with the track buttons, watching the jagged silvery lines drift up and off the screen. Wow, bringing memories back. They reveal the image of a man's face in close-up. Nope. He isn't looking at the camera. He's fiddling with something beneath it. You realize he's setting up a tripod. The camera's recording it. He bobs down, out of frame, and you can hear him adjusting the tripod legs as the camera looks behind him, across a clearing with a campsite, into the woods. Between the trees stands a tall, shadowy figure, pixelated, but humanoid and dark. Then it's hidden, behind the guy who is fiddling with a tripod, smiling as he walks into frame. He's wearing a fluorescent hunting jacket and beanie. He stands back and looks at the camera, then smiles and turns to the clearing. He's set up a little campfire and tiny two-man tent. He squats by the fire, snapping sticks in half and tossing them into the flames while looking at the camera. His lips are moving. I don't love that. The thing you saw between the trees is no longer there. To adjust the volume so you can hear what he's saying, go to 210. To continue to watch the tape muted, go to 217. I gotta adjust the volume. I'm too curious what's going on now. Even if it's just that my brother and his wife are into some, like, freaky stuff. Okay. Yeah, got it. Nope, we're already playing it. We gotta find out what he's saying. You turn the volume dial and his words become clear. Out 5 days now, I think? He looks up and around at the pines on the edge of the clearing. It's beautiful. I'm expecting my friends any day now. The man stands up, looking down at the fire. Flames are keeping me warm, keeping me prepared. He turns to the camera again and he gestures to his tent. Gets cold at night. I think soon, though, that won't matter. He moves to the tent and unzips it. He sticks his head and arms in and forages around for a few minutes. He comes out of the tent holding a manila folder, the kind you see people store documents in at offices. He walks back to the camera and takes a seat in front of it. The frame is tight around his face. The figure looks directly down the lens, right at you. He says something, but it's too soft to hear. So he has a manila folder. It's looking right at his face. Okay. He says something was too soft to hear. To rewind the tape and turn the volume up, go to 213. To leave the tape to keep running, go to 211. Man. Let's remember the beginning. I feel like Charlie has slight control issues. He was trying to drive and look at the map at the same time. I think I'm going to rewind and try to hear one time what he said. I am the guy who is constantly tracking backwards and go, what did they say? And like jump back 10 seconds and turn on subtitles. Remember the static. I know, Sean. I know, but I think we rewind. You rewind the tape. You turn the volume up. It's uncomfortably loud. You press play. You see the man walk back toward the camera and take a seat in front of it. He's so close you can hear his breathing. He looks directly down the lens, right at you. This is the blessing of the child, he whispers. Careful what you wish for. I don't like learning things I don't want to learn. Now that he is up close, this is the blessing of the child. I said it softly. I want to make sure people heard what I said. Captain Crunch. The real question is, will we ever get back to the sandwich we took one bite of? You're thinking about the right things. Now that he is up close, you notice something weird about his eyes. He has a little series of pustules sprouting around the rim of his eyelid. Gross! Almost directly along the same spot where his eyelashes grow. They vary in size, but look sore, yellow, and wet. If veterinarian is check-ticked on the log sheet, you remember a similar ailment. Nope. I am not a veterinarian. Go to 215. The man holds up the folder and smiles. Everything here, just as yesterday. Everything I wrote down after that first dream. He puts the folder in his lap, out of sight, and looks down. You hear the folder open and papers rustle. I'll read it again, he says. Words that came to me in my sleep. He smiles at the camera, proud, and gestures to the clearing behind him. This exact spot. I saw it every night. Every single night. He's giddy now. He looks down at his papers and begins to read. It comes in the face of those it has taken, those it has brought into the fold. By the light of the sun it is hidden, clad in the skin of the familiar. He clears his throat, then continues. By night it walks free, a student of the earth, of venom and cure of the forest. Drawn from deep in the soil, these black hills are its flesh today. Every tree is a hair. Its followers are those dictated by the rule of time. Mikhail, Homer, Olivia, Darcy. What is happening? He pauses here and points excitedly to the paper. That's me, he adds, and goes on reading. Marcus, Charlie, Alex, Rachel, Isaac. Darcy pauses. He looks directly at the camera. Charlie? He asks. Alex? He leans in close to the camera. The entire screen now is just his eye, ridden with pustules. Are you coming home? The screen smashes to white noise, and the room fills with crackling static. Oh, God. Make a sanity roll. Come on, sanity. Let's get better. Okay. Yes, okay, that's better. That is a 16 under 57. Okay. What? Nope. Just a coincidence. If you succeed, go to 214. You shove your fingers in your ears and smack the stop button of the VCR with your elbow. Nice. Bang. There are lots of Alexes and Charlies. Yes, thank you. The cabin falls silent again. The television set sits there, glowing quietly. You remove your hands from your ears, but your heart is still thundering in your chest. His words. How did he know those names? How did he know you? Did he say... He didn't say the names of my brother and his wife. Well, go to 186. Jeez. It's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. No, I have no other things checked or ticked on the log sheet. So I think we leave the TV alone. Go to 223. You turn away from the television set and cross over to the bed. You sit down and try to avoid looking at it. You can hear it humming ever so softly. To head to sleep, go to 255. To step out onto the porch and to look one last time for the return of your partner, go to 224. Oh, man. Look, I don't think I'm dying to go to sleep because of Mr. Creepo that stopped by. I see the 2 bonus die that came in from Kilderin and Guyvox. Thank you so much to both of you. So I think we're gonna look for Alex one last time. You follow your flashlight beam to the cabin door and open it. It's dark and cold outside. The wind drifts past the clearing in front of the cabin, down the driveway to the road hidden by the forest. You shine the flashlight left and right. There's no sign of your partner. You are obviously being optimistic. If there were any cars out here, you'd hear them a mile out. Make a listen roll. Jeez. Okay. Wow. That is a 92 over 60. I'm going to use one of those bonus die that I got from Kilderin. Thank you so much, friend. To re-roll the 9. Ah! Okay. All right, wait. That's a 62. So now I will use some luck to bring that down to a nice 59. So that's 3. Okay. Okay. Used 3 luck points. Cool. To make that a success. Thank you, Kilderin. Yeah, okay. If you succeed, go to 225. Great. You hear rapidly approaching footsteps. No, they're getting closer fast. You spin about and raise your flashlight. It falls in the shadow of a man running in your direction from the tree line. Your eyes widen as you make him out. Middle-aged, large jacket, face set into a determined snarl. He is sprinting for you with murder in his eyes. dart inside and close the door. Go to so it's to yell at him to stop. Go to 233. To dart inside and close the door. It hasn't described him as the guy from the video, Captain Crunch. You're right. So dart inside and close the door. I'm not just stop. Don't run at me. You already look like you're trying to kill me. So no. Your feet skid on the wooden decking as you dive for the door. The sprinting figure is right behind you. Can you make it in time? Make a dex roll. Oh boy. Dex is 60. Come on. Ooh, that's good. That is a flat 5. That's an extreme success on Dex. If you succeed, go to 227. You lunge back into the cabin and slam the door shut, hastily locking it. A half second later, you hear the stranger slam his full weight against the cabin door. The collision is loud. The door shudders beneath him as he begins to beat his fists hard against it. The door begins to shake. He's trying to break in. To try to secure the door, go to 237. To find something to defend yourself with, go to 241. Oh, man. There's chairs around. I could like lodge a chair under the doorknob. I don't know. I could hit him with a television. Let's secure the door for now. Let's secure the door. Oh, the frying pan off the stove is a good idea. We don't... I mean, some sort of pan. Okay, let's find something... No, alright. Let's find something to defend ourselves with. Go to 241. You search around for something, anything to defend yourself with. None of these things. If in case of emergency is ticked on the log sheet, nope. If razor sharp, nope. If close to hand, nope. Didn't see any of that. To improvise and grab the closest thing to hand, go to 245. Oh, man. Not great, not great. There's got to be something here you can use. Your eyes snap between unpacked vegetables, abandoned videotapes, and neatly folded linen. Make a spot hidden roll. This is a big one. Come on. The sandwich. All right, Captain Crunch. Okay. That is a 59 under 65. That's a flat success. If you succeed, go to 247. Instinct takes over. You sprint to the kitchen, open the drawers inside, feel around for silverware. Your fingers close around a steak knife. It'll have to do. You step out of the kitchen and make your stand just by the front door. You grab your steak knife tightly in one hand. After just a few seconds, the door bursts open and the stranger steps inside. He charges right at you. Check tick last resort on the log sheet. Sheesh. Last resort. I have a steak knife. Okay. He's coming, charging right at me. Go to 259. The stranger is bigger than you. He is crazed, wild, and violent. He thrashes with empty hands at the air around him as he crosses the room in large, rapid strides, closing the distance. To try and get out of the way, go to 262. To attack him as he approaches, go to 260. All right. Charlie's brawl is decent at 55. His dodge is not great at 30. I don't know that I want to fight this guy. Can I? Oh, boy. No. All right. He's smashing open doors. Do you want to try a pull? All right, Angel Devilson, give me a pull. Dodge or attack. All right, let's do a pull. Can we do a quick one? You are better at these than I am. Fight, says Tuo Mask. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got. Where's my water? I have all of my beverages ready. Okay, there's the pull. What should Morgan do? Oh, boy. He may come back to sanity if we chill. He may go berserk if you stab. Oh boy. All right. This is looking pretty close so far. All right. We got a little bit more time. Rah-rah-ree, kick him in the knee. Rah-rah-ruts, kick him in the other knee. Very nice. It's an oldie but a goodie. Fight is winning out so far. All right. Okay. This is a pretty long pull. I may not wait the whole time. It's close, though. It's close. If you're thinking dodge, you better vote now. No, I appreciate you, Angel Devilson. Thank you. Okay. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. Send it, says Crampton Crunch. All right, I think fight's gonna win. Okay. Okay, here we go. Give him a poem. You know, that works for Civ or as the poet from this week's NCIS. Available now on Paramount Plus. Okay. All right, so okay. All right, he is bigger than me. All right, it is looking like fight is going to win this for right now. The stranger is bigger than you. To attack him, yep, the fight is going to win. Okay, to attack him as he approaches, go to 260. You lash out at the stranger. Make a fighting brawl roll. Okay. Brawl, my brawl is 55. Oh! That is a 97. I am going to use the bonus die that I got from Guyvox. Thank you, friend. Let's see if we can get this down. Oh, yeah! From a 97 to a 7. Heck yeah. Oopsie daisy indeed with that steak knife. Okay. That's a 1d3 plus my damage bonus, which is a 1d4. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, that's a good amount of damage. If you succeed, go to 261. The stranger is deranged and dangerous, but you're strong, skillful, lucky, or a combination of all three. You land a solid strike. If last resort is checked, ticked on the log sheet, you must go to 267. Okay, yeah, last resort, the steak knife. Your steak knife sinks deep into the stranger's belly. Oh, God. He lets out a high-pitched whine and stumbles back. He pats frantically at his stomach, leaving great bloody smears across the front of his clothes. Murderer, he cries. You've murdered the child! He collapses backwards against the wall, hissing. You can see his madness plainly in the way he glares. This guy is hurt, but he's not going to stop. You're pretty sure if you shot him, he'd somehow keep coming. The endless, implacable rage burning in his eyes is terrifying to behold. The stranger starts to fumble at the wall next to him and haul his bleeding body back to the fight. You let the bloody steak knife fall from your clasped fingers. Why would you do that? There's no way you're going to give up an opportunity like this. While the stranger is wounded, you spin around and sprint through the open cabin door. Yes, I agree with that. His howls of rage grow quieter behind you as you tear off into the woods. Now we're just running into the woods at night. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Go to 298. I don't have a choice. We're going to 298. You dash out into the night, running as far and as fast as your body can manage. The cold air burns your lungs. The surrounding trees sound alien as they rustle, making you all the more terrified. Every few minutes, you emerge from the trees to a section of dirt road. You keep praying that you'll see your partner's car arriving, but deep in your soul, you know it won't come. After almost an hour of mad flight, you come to a crossroads. You recognize it from your journey up to the cabin. You're not sure which direction leads to the highway and which leads deeper into the woods. The forest feels inescapable. Make a navigate roll. I am not great at navigation. I am a 20 at navigation. That is a deep failure. That is a 76 over 20. Which would spend 56 of my 77 luck. No thank you. I fail. Failing my navigate roll. Going to 320. Deep into the woods we go. Yep. You pick one path and follow it. You race along it for almost an hour. That's 2 hours now. God. Even after all that time, you're not sure if you've gone the right way. The woods around you are endless. The hills are treacherous. Before long, you lose your bearing. It doesn't matter if you took the right way or the wrong way at the crossroads. You get tangled up in your own hurried flight and lose all sense of direction. Everything here is identical. Just great looming black shapes, any of which you feel like could suddenly decide to come to life, loom down and devour you. This isn't right. It isn't right. Make a sanity roll. Okay. Starting to get worried. Okay. Sanity is a flat 50. That's a success. And as we agreed on successful sanity rolls, I fill a little more wine. Give myself a little more wine. All right. We succeeded. 321. Panic is not going to help you get out of these woods. You force yourself. Take a few deep breaths and slow your racing heart. You force yourself to take a few deep breaths and slow your racing heart. You turn, pick a random direction, and start walking determinedly. It's impossible to tell if you made the right call. Your flashlight is the only way to see your surroundings. Stupid flashlight. The only thing you can tell is that the forest is quieter here. Time passes. Eventually you start to tire. You're also getting seriously cold. You lean against a tree and catch your breath. If well rested is ticked on your log sheet, your previous rest bolsters your strength. I don't think it is. That one, I don't remember checking that one. No, I'm well fed. I am not well rested. No problem. It's going to be fine. No problem. It's going to be fine. So, okay. Go to 301. You try to catch your breath, but it doesn't seem to work. Your hand slides down to the base of the tree, and you collapse down against its roots. You suck air over and over. Your lungs feel icy. Despite the horrible situation you find yourself in, your eyelids feel heavy. You're not sure how long you wait, but it is some time until you feel as though you can get back to your feet. You stand slowly, teeter, but manage to forge on. Right now, you just need to put distance between yourself and the chaos you escaped from. When the sun rises, you'll be able to reassess and begin to find your way back to civilization. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Okay. All right. 301. All right. Yeah, all right. Take 1 point of physical damage. Okay. Down from 13 to 12. Go to 302. Pine needles and dirt crunch under your feet as you walk. You make progress, but with every step you feel yourself growing wearier. You need to find somewhere to rest. Maybe some high ground would be good? Or should you look for a grotto? Anywhere sheltered would be best, right? Just as you spot a cluster of trees where it looks like you'll be able to rest and stay dry, you hear a faint hiss from behind you. What was it? Static? Was the sound static? Adrenaline surges through your system. To investigate the sound, go to 303. To run like hell. I spotted a cluster of trees where it looks like you'll be able to rest and stay dry. You hear a faint hiss from behind you. Could be so many things. I've heard a lot of static, though. I think we run. 308. No, no. You don't stop to think. You take off at a sprint and race into the forest. You resist the urge to call out for help because you know that none is coming. Ahead of you, moonlight just barely reveals a jagged pathway littered with sharp rocks and treacherous tree roots. You try your best to avoid them. If running on empty is check ticked on the log sheet, no it is not. If fully charged is check ticked on the log sheet, it remains lit, the flashlight. You must go to 323. The flashlight's working. It is fully charged. Without light to guide your path, you'd almost certainly break your neck running over the uneven ground ahead. Nice. You silently thank your lucky stars that you stopped to add extra batteries to your flashlight. You dodge between the hazards and leave the sound of static behind you. After a minute or so of mad dashing, you can hear nothing but the rustling of forest pines. Just as you're about to stop to catch your breath, you suddenly break through the trees and emerge, blinking, into a large moonlit clearing. Without the pine trees hiding the light, you can see much more clearly here. The clearing you've wandered into isn't very large, but somebody has still set up inside it. You see a small tent next to a dormant fire pit. Maybe you found help. If familiar face or wrong turn is check ticked on the log sheet, you recognize this campsite. You must go to 266. Yes, familiar face is checked on the log sheet. Go to 266. A sense of deja vu washes over you. This campsite. It's the same one. You hear a rustling from inside the tent. Your noisy arrival clearly woke up whoever is inside. A sing-song voice calls out, "Hello?" Your stomach sinks. You recognize that voice. The tent flap unzips, and the same man steps out. He's even wearing the same clothes. He looks toward you, hesitates, then nods. You notice that his eyes show no sign of surprise. To respond to the man politely, go to 335. To respond to the man aggressively, go to 286. He was the first man to mention the child on that videotape. And then the guy who bust into the cabin said something about me killing the child. That might make me aggressive. However, I am freaked out. And he is seeming nice to me right now. So I personally am not feeling particularly driven to amplifying the situation. Sean Patrick, I was thinking the same thing. Are his eyes still covered in the bumps? There's no mention of it. So maybe? It says the same man steps out. He's even wearing the same clothes. I think if it weren't there, it would tell us. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I think we're going to respond to the man politely. Go to 335. Hello? You call out. You struggle to keep terror or anger from creeping into your voice. The man approaches you. He's smiling. Don't worry, the man says, and holds his hands up, empty palms turned towards you. It's okay. I'm your friend. His voice is small and falls eerily. His eyes are wide with excitement. You look around, but there's nothing in the clearing that gives you any new insight into what's going on. What's happening? You ask. You don't expect a real answer, but to your surprise, you get one. Okay. I'm also being kind of soft, so I will bring the mic a little closer to my face. All right, I'm here. What's happening? You ask. You don't expect a real answer, but to your surprise, you get one. I'm someone who can hear it, the man says, then lowers his hands. Hear what? The child. What? The child of the forest. You've heard it too. I know you have. When it weeps, it sounds like... Static, you say? The man smiles. Yes, I knew it. You have heard it. You hesitate. Okay. Now it's saying if Charlie has ticked on the log sheet. Yes, Charlie has indeed heard the static. Go to 285. Charlie, he says. You freeze. How in the hell do you know my name? A child told me. It just wants a family, Charlie. That's what we can give to it. All of us. The voice and the static, you ask? It wants a family? A child, yes. You may return to this entry several times. When you do, select an option you may not have already chosen. Okay. Yikes. Okay. To ask what the child is, go to 337. To ask more about what the child wants, go to 338. To ask how the stranger knows all this, go to 339. To ask if he is the man you've seen around, go to 340. When you have finished talking, select one of the following options. Let's start with what does the child want? I don't know if I want to know what the child is. Okay. Is Charlie stuck in the well? No, I'm Charlie. Okay. 338. The child, he says. Or the child, you say. It wants a family. The man nods. It's spent uncountable years alone. It sees past, present, and future. It's tried so desperately to adapt to the technology of our world, but it's failed. It just wants people to be with it. Here. In its home. He gestures around. If Alex is checked? No, if Charlie is checked. Go back to 285. Jeez, okay. What are now I think we ask what the child is. I can also ask how the stranger knows all this, to ask if he's the man you've seen around. Let's what is the child at 337? You keep calling it a child, you say. What actually is it? The man smiles. Something ancient. I know, a strange name for one so old. I believe it was birthed from Mother Earth herself. It exists alone in the wild places of the world. It's lonely and aching. Oh, jeez. That's all of that answer. I think we ask now. I think we ask now how he knows all this. Yeah, that answer was not very clear. How do you know this? It's a burden, this knowledge. The man smiles. I came to this place years ago. I brought my camera. I wanted to document the wild, but I found something far more important to document. Something beyond comprehension. I found that the child could somehow manipulate the magnetic particles in my videotapes to show me visions of the future. Okay. He smiles wide. And so far, they have all come to pass. The child exists beneath the earth, in the soil, in the trees, and in the pine needles at our feet. The power of the earth all around it lets it smell and taste and touch anyone who encounters it, whether they have already or not. What do you mean, you ask? It sees the future? For the child, there's only now. And now is everything all at once. That's why it was waiting for you, he says. In my time here, the child has shown me many things, all stored in my tapes. I've kept them and labeled them and tried to categorize them as best I could. Dude, this is creepy. That goes without saying, obviously. To ask if he is the man you've seen around, go to 340. I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen him on the videotape. Okay. When you have finished talking, select one of the following options. To tell the man he is talking nonsense, go to 341. Not particularly inclined to tell the crazy man he's crazy. To ask him how you can leave safely, go to 350. I think I would like to leave. Okay, can I go? That's really nice. I don't want to upset you and the child. Can I go? I think that's what we're gonna do. How can I get out of here? The man furrows his brow. You mean leave? Yes, you say. I want to get out of here and go home. I never want to come back here, ever. This is not good. I regret this choice. The man shakes his head. I'm afraid it's too late for any of that. The child has chosen you. It awaited your arrival for so long. You shake your head. I don't care. I'm not staying. You turn and make to run, just as a familiar voice rings out. Wait! What? If Charlie is ticked on the log sheet, you recognize Alex's voice. Go to 280. No. Why is Alex here? You spin around. There, standing on the edge of the clearing, is Alex. Their clothes are flaked with mud and dirt. There are twigs caught in their hair. But they're here. They're alive. They're smiling at you. Honey, they say. It's okay. What the hell? My two options are to run to Alex with open arms, go to 279. To hesitate, go to 10. I haven't seen Alex all day. Look, Angel Devilson, Morgan, the person who has viewed many horror movies, is thinking the same thing, but I don't know, man. Okay, I don't know if I'd run to her. Okay, let's hesitate. I think Chad is, yeah. All right, we're gonna hesitate because it's very weird to see them here, and they've been gone all day. No. You race for the edge of the clearing. You can make it out if you're fast enough. You hear the warped sound of your partner's voice calling after you, but don't turn to look back. Wait, what? Wait, all right, this is what I chose? Yeah, to hesitate. All right, I'm hesitating just from the sound of their voice. Okay. I'm still running, I guess. Then you hear heavy slamming footsteps approaching fast. You can't help but look back for a moment. You see that your partner's body has warped and deformed. Their skin has split, and horrid dark branches burst from their flesh. Propelled by those disgusting long tendrils, they surge forward towards you. You turn back and race for the tree line. If you can just get there and break free, you can leave all this behind you. Make a dex roll. Big dex roll. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Come on. Ooh! That is a 72 over 60. I think I gotta spend some luck. Yep, burning that luck. I'm going to spend 13 points of luck to make that a success. So that brings me down to 64 points of luck. Burning it. We're not holding back now. Okay, so succeeding, go to 360. Whoa. Hey, LZBN Wolf, it's good to see you. Oh my god. Get me out of here. You run through the forest. You jump logs, duck under low-hanging branches, deftly avoid the moss-ridden stones. For a while you hear the sounds of pursuit, but terror, rage, and anguish pushes you to run for far longer than you ever have before. Eventually the sounds of pursuit fade. You keep running, tears streaming down your face. You run for hours. You only stop when the sun rises. By the light of the new day, you find your way through the trees back to a main road. You walk, haggard, for hours. Sometime in the mid-afternoon, wow, all night and all morning. When the autumn sun is beginning to dip, you're picked up by a passing trucker. He stares at you curiously and asks repeatedly if you're all right. You never answer him. You ask to be dropped in the center of town, but he drops you at the police station. Doesn't matter. It'll do. You head inside. Days pass. In a blur of hospital visits, police reports, and soul-sucking interviews with smiling psychologists who assure you they're only there to help. Search teams go into the Black Hills to try and find your partner. They don't find anyone, but you never really thought they would. They do eventually find your car. Even though it has your license plate, the searchers say it can't have been the same vehicle. It was rusted, covered in moss, and looked as though it had been abandoned in the forest for years. What? You find no reprieve, even in rest. When you sleep, you dream only of the forest, the lonely trees, the wet soil, and the endless night sky. But there's a strange budding warmth in your belly that makes everything seem fine. Somewhere out there is screaming, a chanting, the wind that unsettles the trees. The breeze makes the pine needles dance across the forest floor. Then there's the static. A cacophony of sound running together, blending to create a long, all-encompassing drone. It fills your head, your very being. The static is all. Then suddenly, the warmth within your stomach explodes. Your flesh tears. Yet there's no pain, nor blood. You watch in horror as the gnarled branches of some ancient tree emerge from your stomach, all while twisted roots encircle your bones, crushing and cracking them. You try to scream, but only static emerges. As the static fills you and everything around you, the last thing you are aware of is the endless sea of stars above you. The cold stars. Then, darkness. Go to 354. The darkness lifts. The light of dawn brings you to wake. You don't recall how much time has passed. Might be years later. Or could it be years earlier? Somewhere in the forgotten wild, you stir. You see the ancient forest around you. The pine needles feel like carpet on the ground. It's all warm and familiar. The wind flutters through the black hills to a place where no bears, rabbits, or birds ever tread. Trees shiver in the final moments of summer, and beneath the moist earth, you shift. Dead branches and fresh soil fall away from you as you emerge, human again. You rise from the damp earth and breathe. You blink and hear the call of your master. The child awaits you. You have successfully completed the story and have been reborn to serve the child, as you will be again and again for all eternity. The end. Bro. Woo! I mean, successfully completed, quote unquote. I mean, it's Call of Cthulhu. Oh, man. Wow. So many lovely little details, right? And so many things I feel like that could have been led in different directions. Chaos! Chat needs to make a sanity roll now. Yes, just Jules. Oh, I love this. I like this a lot. I love the imagery of static being the sound of something from somewhere else striving to communicate unsuccessfully in our current world. And we already saw a lot of use of electricity and static in our story already. That was why I chose this one specifically, because I was hoping to get pieces that I could use elsewhere in our story and make sure that it would come in. And I think for sure. I'm not saying the child is going to show up. I'm not saying it won't, though, either. Wow. I mean, that was good, right? That was like almost 2.5 hours. Color Out of Space, John Patrick. Yep, I see that for sure. Thank you, folks. Thank you, friends. I see. I see the lovely compliments. I appreciate it. I mean, what do you think? I don't want to. We could go backwards and go back to one decision to see if there was something else we wanted to, if there was another path we wanted to try in true what do you call it, choose your own adventure style. But I also do really like the story that we got here tonight, and I think it was very cool and cinematic to kind of leave it at this, and I'm definitely going to be using it in the rest of our story. Can we do this again sometime? Kildoran says, absolutely. Yes, and as I've said, Call of Cthulhu and Chaosium has published several of these solo adventures, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do them solo myself or I was going to do them one-on-one, where I would serve as the keeper and then someone would serve as the player. But this is a little different. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is super cool. This time, eat the whole sandwich. Kildren, the sandwich is gone, bro. Gotta get over it. Oh, thank you so much, friends. Thank you for joining me here tonight. This was, thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. This was fun. Yeah, I think leaving the story where it is. I agree, Ahoy Gingerbeard. Let's leave the story where it is. The idea of being unable to get away from your destiny is something very big in cosmic horror, right? The kind of things, it's like almost determinism. You ever look back at, like, you know, determinism is kind of a religion that has fallen out of favor for good reason, probably, because it's like your fate is inescapable and it's already written before you were born. But that, you know, that we are the pawns, or not even the pawns, the ants under the feet of massive, cosmically powerful beings, is certainly a recurring theme. I'm glad you thought so. These are some playlists that I made, so I'm glad the music went well. Fantastic. Yes. Thank you so much, friends. This was a blast. Thank you to our higher level patrons. I thought about reading the Patreon names, but doing it solo I thought would be weird. So I just want to say thank you so much to all of our patrons. Patreon.com/thedungeonrun. We're always so grateful to all of you. We're going to be back next week with a new episode of Forbidden. Can't wait. Oh, sorry, knocked my screen out of balance. There we go. Can't wait to get back to our story, and I can't wait for all of us to see how these little roots stretch throughout our story and affect things here and there. But yes, so look out for a new episode next week, and more announcements coming real soon. We also have I have a sound recording of our WonderCon performance. We weren't able to get video, but we will hopefully be releasing the podcast of that audio, because by all accounts it was a chaotic blast of a time. But we love you, friends, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you real soon. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good night. Humankind, be both.